guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video called World's Best Football Fans Ultras Europe. I don't know what an ultra is, but football fans, I think they're very passionate about the sport. With good reason. I think football really does, soccer, football, I think really does invite you to get very excited and you get very passionate. So I am excited, although I have to say I'm a little scared. Sometimes they get very intense. So I'm a little apprehensive about this, but excited. So let's check it out and comment, like, and subscribe. Oh my god, see? Okay, this is their things on fire. What is that? Okay. Oh my god, this makes me scared. Obviously, if I were in it, I wouldn't be scared. I'd be having the time of my life, but still, it makes me nervous. I know how that's allowed. The fire situation. Oh my god, there's so many people here. What are they singing? Oh my god. That's incredible. I think I would just cry. Even if I wouldn't, if it wasn't my country, I think I would cry. Just because, I don't know, so many people singing one thing. I don't know, it makes me want to cry. Oh my god, okay, this is blowing my eardrums. How do they know it's call and response? How do they know what to answer? What's the reply? This is amazing. Okay. Okay. This is crazy. I'm a little scared about the fire situation. I think there were some fireworks or something. I'll be dancing though. I like it. This music is very, this is what, Ajax? I like it. It's so upbeat. I want to jump as well. They have so much energy. And they look so happy. Oh my god. What? The game, okay, just want to point out, I think the game hasn't even started. They're warming up. Okay, okay. This is insane. If that's the energy before the game starts, I can't even imagine how it is when it's actually on. Was this some sort of tournament? Or is it just a normal game? Oh my god. This, again, I don't know if that's allowed. I think just the smoke situation and seeing flames, I think that's a little unsafe. I don't know how they allowed this in stadiums, but maybe it's not as dangerous as it looks. Oh my god, okay. Was this after the game was over? I like that the players themselves are joining. Is it a chance? Oh my god. shouldn't the police be involved at this point? I don't know. This is crazy. The camera is moving. They're jumping so. There's so many people jumping. The camera is moving. Everyone's singing. Not a single soul in this stadium is not singing. They're all singing. Oh my god. What? Oh my god. Okay, this is very shocking, I would say. Obviously, you know, we all know the history, but seeing it like this, I didn't know that it was like this. It's very shocking. I think it surprises me because it's a football game, it's a football match, and I get why they do this, obviously, but wow, what a huge bummer. This is incredibly shocking to me. If I were in this game, wow. Yeah, this is more like it. The other was quite that shocking, awful. Wait, what do you mean a fine? What? 35,000 fine? What? What are they talking about? Is that a pig? What is this? The whole thing is also on fire as well. I don't know what was happening there, but I'm scared. Oh my god. They had someone that was sort of, I don't know, was he a presenter or something? Who was this guy? See, when the thing starts to see, I'm seeing this and I'm a little scared. The whole thing is gonna collapse. Although I know, obviously, it didn't collapse. Oh my god. Vendetta. Oh my god. I wonder who they were up against. This seems scary and intense. I love the drums. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry, but this I would assume is after the game was over, because you can't play a game. If I were a player, I would refuse. I can't play under these conditions. The whole thing is literally on fire. We should evacuate right now. All the smoke, I can't even breathe. How am I supposed to run? What is this? I can't believe the players are there. Oh my god. Get out of here. Is this normal? Oh my god. I'm speechless. Wow. And this is Greece. I didn't know that Greece was that big on football. But apparently they are. I'm a little scared, but now, the chants get to me, so I'm okay. Now I'm excited to be here. I think I'd be scared for the first 5 minutes, and then I'd be okay. Now I'm into it. Okay, again, I can't. When the thing gets on fire, I'm seeing flames. I'm out of here. All these flames, I think what happens if, oh my god, there's also smoke. There's green smoke. If I were in one of the lower seats, I'd be looking up constantly. I think the whole thing, something's gonna, they're gonna throw something at me. It's crazy that we get those flags are so enormous that it's how are you allowed to bring this to the stadium? If it's as if you're in a concert and obviously people have signs and stuff. It's please, can you get rid of this? If I'm obviously I can't see anything. If you have a giant flag and you are, because I'm behind you. But so how are they allowed to bring this giant flags? I mean, can you please get? Well, I wouldn't. I'd be scared. But I don't think I would. I would let them know. Please, can you lower your flag? But that's what I would be. I can't see anything. I can't see the game. I know it's probably part of the whole thing, but I don't know. I want to watch the players. I want to watch the field, and I can't with those giant flags. And they have this flag is plugged with a skull. I'd be scared of telling this person, can you please lower your flag? Oh my god, what was that? Okay, I'm still shocked from the earlier clip. This person, is there someone standing? I don't know where, but I don't think he's supposed to be standing there. There's someone with a white and green jacket. I don't think he's supposed to be there. Oh my god, they're singing so loudly. This is crazy. I don't know what they're saying, but I'm sure, yeah, whatever. Oh my god, those Bulgarian people are off the charts. Well, the Serbians as well. Everyone's going crazy. Are they able to keep up this energy throughout the whole game? I think you can't. It's constant, but I don't think they're able to handle this throughout the whole thing. Sweden! Is Sweden big on football? Okay, it's a little more controlled, I think. What shocks me the most about this is Sweden is supposed to be, aren't they supposed to be very reserved? I'm shocked that that this is happening over there. Yeah, aren't they supposed to be calm, reserved, and quiet? Not a football game. I didn't even know they were that big on football. I thought they were big on hockey or some other ice sport. The whole thing is huge. Okay, yeah, it's packed. Everyone loves this. Oh my god, they look like ants. In the best of ways, but there are so many people here. They all look like yellow ants. They're not, and they're all synchronized. This is crazy. What's happening? They're sort of moving? I love it. It doesn't even seem real. Again, I'd be scared, but the whole thing looks... They look... I don't know, as a cartoon, they don't even seem like real people. Where are they standing? Are they supposed to be standing there? What are those things? Oh, and this was during the game, I think. I'm seeing people just in the field actually playing. Yeah, they're cheering on their team. I get it, but it's kind of crazy. Is that an animal? What's on the flag? Catchy. Just what is this song? Okay, I think it's crazy. I love their enthusiasm. They're everything obviously is it's all very exciting. I think when you're there. I would love to go, I think, to one of these games just because of the energy. However, I'd be a little scared by the whole thing. I think when they're just sort of jumping up and down, I think the whole thing is a little, because again, I'm gonna, oh my god, the whole thing's gonna collapse. It won't, but I think it's a mental thing that I just can't help but think about this. But once I think the fire gets involved, and I don't know, I think the energy is way too intense for me. I'd be a little scared. As well as the whole flag situation, I don't think, again, it's whole, I can see the actual game, but obviously I wouldn't be able to tell these people, can you please lower your flag? Because I'd be so scared of being, they're gonna punch me, I don't know, I'd be scared. Because everyone, it's in the same sort of, everyone has, it's funny because to me, they all have this sort of, it's this unspoken rule, I think. They all know how to behave, and probably there are, again, some unspoken rules that you would only know, and you would only get if you're sort of in this situation, and if you once you actually get the hang of it. Because I think there are certain types of behaviors that are probably allowed, and or probably other behaviors that are not allowed. And I think the only way to get to know this, was I wrong? Was I behaving wrong? No, I think it's just, once you sort of live it, and you've been here a few times, it's, you gotta get the hang of it. But I think it's really funny to me because it's, again, I would assume they all have their own sort of rules, and but obviously no one's going to speak about this. Oh, it's a rule. No, it's just sort of that happens naturally, and I really do like it. I think there are some surprising things about this. It's the whole, because I know that Europe is pretty big on football, and yes, especially countries, yes, basically every single country. I think there are a few countries that I think are not that big on football, especially, I'm talking about Europe specifically. I think there are a few countries that I think are not super intense about this. I think maybe, I can't try to, I know Austria, maybe I don't think they are that big on football, but they are big, I think, but you probably hear more about countries that are so intense about this. I think probably Italy, Germany, England, Spain, there are more, they're very intense about this. But what's the surprising thing about this video is that countries as in Greece, for instance, that I never really thought of Greek football fans as being so incredibly intense and so into, I didn't really thought it was a country that people care that much about football, but this proved me completely wrong. No, these people are into it. They are into it, all right. Yes, they're loving it. I know that, countries like Serbia, I think, yes, they're big. They're big on this. They really do like their football over there. And yes, this is no surprise, but the Greece one, that was surprising. And I think the Turkey one as well. I don't know why I thought they weren't that sort of, I don't know, they weren't that intense. And also the Sweden one. Just because even though I wasn't aware they really liked their football, and also I think it really, not necessarily, but I think sometimes the personality of sort of that country's culture, I think not necessarily, but sometimes, that country's culture sort of translates a little bit to how they behave in stadiums and in sporting matches, specifically I think with football, because I think other sports, I think people tend to be more, they try to scale down, and they're trying to, I don't know, again, it's just sports, they're not that intense about it. And people, even though they're really big on basketball, tennis, I don't know, some other things, I don't think they are that intense. I think football is just very specifically a thing about football that makes people go wild. So I was not expecting to see Sweden on this sort of list, on this compilation clips, because I didn't even know they were that intense and big on football. And even then, they were very jumping and singing, which I'm surprised because, again, not always, but I think sometimes the culture sort of bleeds into some countries' culture, sort of bleeds into how they behave. And apparently, they're no, we don't care. We're taking our hats off. We're enjoying this. It's sort of a thing of going, you have permission to act crazy for 2 hours, and then you sort of go back to your normal reserved life, as in I would assume things are in Sweden. But again, maybe I'm off about this, and no, people in Sweden are not as quiet as I am imagining, or as I've been led to believe. But I think it's really funny that they're going crazy. And again, I think you would expect this from Again, well, maybe not really, because I think Germans also have probably a reputation for being quite reserved as well, or just a little more reserved. They're one of the craziest people, and also I think British people as well. They also have a reputation for being so incredibly polite and very calm. But well, that's because you haven't seen them on a football game. They go crazy, they go wild. So yeah, not always. I think it's not really the case for that country's culture or how people tend to be. Obviously, not everyone. So it's a reflection on us. Just look at them in football games. This is really funny. But one thing I was definitely thinking about this throughout the whole thing is I think there are, because obviously in the United States you have football as well, but you have the American type of football. And you would never see something like this in not even in the Super Bowl, which I think it's probably the biggest it's the biggest sporting event, not just for football. It's just the biggest sporting event in the United States. I don't think you would never get something like this, not in a million years, because people obviously they get really excited, they get wild, and they get angry, and they get intense, but not at this level. And again, never, absolutely no. And I don't think there's any sport in the US that can really, or probably all over the world. I think, yes, football, I think is very specifically that people would just go incredibly emotional and go crazy. But I was just thinking, in the United States, this could never happen. Not even with football. I think the soccer type of football, you wouldn't get this. I don't think people maybe are just because because people play this. I was about to say it's not that famous. I don't think a lot of people are actually following this. Obviously, a lot more people follow the American football type of sport, but even then, it's crazy because this wouldn't happen. Which it's kind of curious to me. I don't know. It's Europe. Europe is just wild about this, and so I'm wondering how it didn't translate, and how come it didn't translate to the United States. Because, I don't know, it makes me curious, how did the whole thing started? It's just about, is it a personality thing? I don't know, it's a culture, obviously it's a cultural thing, people don't really care, you're supposed to go wild during football games. But I'm wondering how come the American football is not really like this, and people are not going crazy, and people sometimes, they do their chants and they're excited, and obviously, yes, of course, but it's not like this. They're not bringing, those fireworks into the stadium. No, that's not really happening. Well, that's what the tailgate parties are for. But during the stadium, again, people are not going this amount of crazy. So I'm wondering that, I don't know, it's kind of weird to me that it has never happened. And it's never going to happen. I'm going to take this wild guess and say no, never in a million years the United States could do something like this. It's very specifically to Europe and football. So who knows why that's the case. But that was it for today, and I'll see you soon. Bye!